Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm going to go over, I think I mentioned it in one of the last videos, is how I had a problem with, I was making the blanks for the different types of utensils, and I was having a problem with the crack and the splitting. I don't know if you could see the grain of the wood's going in that direction, so it wants to flex and pop from how much pressure I put on to crank it in the actual machine. So what I came up with is leave an actual light sliver of wood between the two points, which kind of acts as a little spine, little ridge that's gonna keep it from flexing until I'm done with the actual cutout in the machine, and then I can take it quick bandsaw off, or that'll come off real fast on a belt sander. And then I'm leaving the heads square on these because I'm going to make my master patterns again. That one's garbage. And then we'll keep it where that's the last piece, that's the last cut, with the final sanding. Like I said, you have to final sand anyways, no matter what. You're gonna have to touch it with some lighter or some higher grain sandpaper at the end, and then oil it. So there's finishing involved. And then what I didn't realize last year when I was making the original arm bar patterns, this is the one, my master pattern that I put in the jig. And I had the flex problem, but it was easy with this one because I could just throw I got like a 5-inch GRK in there, or maybe a 4-inch, but either way, there's a GRK inside there to keep this from flexing, because I was having the same problem with the actual pattern. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to double stack this, because I had to move. You have to move the whole table. This table moves away from that one, so it all moves backwards. So I think what I'm going to do is mount them either like this, where they're in there like that, or I'm going to mount them back to back like that. So what I'll do is I'll make this pattern the same length, and then these double patterns the same length, so I don't have to move the table every time I want to roll two more. And then it actually gets me 8 out of one cut session. At a one-time run on the machine, I'll get 8 out of one block. And the same thing, you always have to finish these anyways. You know, no matter what, when they come out. And I'm switching the wood, so it's going from the oak, which has the grains, straight grain, super straight grain, so it splits good. That's why it makes good firewood. Then it burns hot. But go from doing that to the walnut, which is gun stock material, you know, fine furniture material. And the guys I get it from are the Amish out by, is it Mason or Leslie, Michigan? But they have all good source. Most of it's, you know, fallen trees, storm damaged trees. But they have a pretty good source of wood, so, and it's cheaper than trying to buy it at a local lumber mill. Try getting a good piece of walnut these days for cheap. So that's the update. And like I said, I'll reshape these heads into the different types, which I was trying to, like I said, with the maple. This is just going to break in the machine. That's fine. That's fine. So stay tuned. We'll update you on the next one. Thanks for watching.